it is very true that gardens bring out things like personal things,
Right.
like I've never seen before. Not even like, in with interiors or architecture, Um, uh, when we talk about gardens, people bring out things that are aspects of themselves that are very intimate. Or I remember, like, I worked once in Milan when I was back in Milan with this woman, very tough. She ran a advertising and communication firm,
Mhm.
huge and very successful. So just to give you an idea, she used to travel between Milan and China because she had business on both countries,
Right.
and very successful. One of the most well known in Milan, and she is very feared. So before starting to work with her, people who work with her told me, be careful because she can be very difficult. And with me, we started to talk about plants, etc. And she was the sweetest person you could imagine. So it's interesting how, the garden is true that brings out very personal things and the aspects of people that are maybe hidden sometimes. Maybe because it's a space where we feel in some ways protected, and we allow ourselves to show those sort of emotion, feelings, or once again aspects of ourselves that usually we mask a bit.
Yeah. Do you think you're able to make observations going the other way? So you met her and then she told you about her taste in a garden. But do you ever look at somebody's garden first and make observations about the person?
Definitely. Yeah, it is very much a projection. The garden is very much a projection of the person.
Right.
So, some people might be more control. They might like control, and the gardens are more structured.
Mm.
Um, and at the opposite, I have in particular a client, and she is a rebel, and she wanted me to design a garden would reflect these aspects of herself. So the garden is very much naturalistic, I'd say. So no trimmed hedges, no controlled plants, but it's more looking like a meadow or looking like a piece of nature, I'd
Right.
say.
Yeah, interesting. I'm a very disorganized person to the point where it borders on dysfunction.
Yeah.
I would say that my taste in gardens is probably the complete opposite, maybe because I'm trying to overcompensate. So I love the look of curated gardens. Does that make sense? Where people also try and, in a garden, maybe correct aspects of their personality?
That might happen too. So probably, you, I don't know if you have, I don't want to say you don't like this aspect of yourself, but maybe you try to compensate
Mm.
through, what you do in the garden. I was a bit like you when I was younger. I don't know how old you are.
I'm 32.
Okay. So you're definitely younger than me. I'm 47, and I was like you when I was younger. And now I've changed completely perspective. I just let things go. I'm a very lazy gardener, and I like very much the garden look a bit scruffy.
Mm.
Um, because also, when you try to control a garden, when you try to control nature, you always lose.
Mm.
You never win. Because nature is way more powerful than us. So there's no point. But even that's a revolution. That's sorry, not a revolution. That's an evolution in the taste, in your personal taste. Because if it's true that, especially in the past, controlled gardens were in vogue very much, now the global trend is moving towards a naturalistic garden. So this sort of recreation uh, of nature, in every scale. It could be, in a country estate or in a small city garden. That's actually what's happening in my world. So people are demanding more and more these gardens that are more naturally looking, more than manicured.
Yeah, interesting. So you're more of an English garden type of guy.
Definitely, I like very much flowers. I'm a very romantic person, so I like that sort of word that is, colorful, romantic, and also those sort of gardens are they look more alive in some ways because you have birds constantly feeding on flowers and you have insects, etc. So you learn to accept these presences that sometimes might damage your work and to work around them. So it's a sort of blessing.
Yeah. Yeah, interesting.
Did you enjoy that clip? Did you not? It doesn't matter to me. Subscribe. For the love of God.